Massachusetts this weekend where Kamala Harris was on stage someplace at an event, and the Secret Service and local police needed a bathroom, so they covered up somebody's private security on their business and then picked the lock, went in, used their bathrooms, occupied the space for hours, and then closed back to the shop, didn't lock it back up, but closed it. The lady came on Monday, and she's like, what the hell happened here? That's against the law, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely it is. And I think if you or I were to engage in any sort of activity, that there would be criminal charges against us at the very least for some sort of trespass. But I think what these three elements you're talking about expose more than anything else is what I like to dub the myth of competence that we all sort of have in our federal law enforcement agencies, because in pop culture, TVs and movies, shows that you consume, the characters in those shows and movies, they're really sophisticated and really great at their job, and they're hunting down the criminals and they're chasing them down the back alleys and slapping the handcuffs on, and then they just fade to black. But in reality, these agencies have now devolved into essentially DMVs with guns and badges, and that's why when it comes to the Trump assassination attempt, there's all these theories that are out there, and you can count me sort of in the clan of people that believe that incompetence was heavily involved in it. And I think that there's one sort of presupposition that has gone into that so many people have their questions about, and rightfully so. But we are presupposing that the Secret Service is always great at its job, and these failures
I think they're terrible.
Are explained. I think that these failures are happening at every single event, and it's just because of the providential nature of us as a country, and then also because of the myth of competence that nobody's really tried and tested them, which is why going forward, I think there's probably a heightened risk to Donald Trump for any of these events that he's going to hold.
Steve Friend, you guys should look up. He does a lot of work with Uncover DC. He's fantastic. But let's look at now the Secret Service. We know what's going on. We know there was a second shooter. We know they're forcing incompetence by putting foolish, woke, tiny females to guard 6 foot, 6'4", Trump? It's like everything they're doing is designed to get Trump killed. And of course, the shooter had to be killed, right? Had to be a headshot. That way we couldn't question them. Isn't that all part of the plan? I don't trust them for anything. I bet you don't either.